That was a bit of Stiana gloss, wasn't it? I didn't mean that. Welcome back, hashtag Stiana gloss. Anyway, welcome back everyone. I'm Owen, Stu's behind the camera today. Yeah. Nick's not here because he's off wagging it somewhere. We're here with a 3-door Sierra Cosworth, but it's not. It's got the right amount of cylinders. That's 8, and it's a manual. So it's got BMW gearbox, 6-speed. Lexus 1UZ V8 makes 300 horsepower and only weighs 1,000 kilos. As you can tell, it's only a 3-door, it's a German import, and it's a Mark II Sierra. What a combination. So we're going to find out more about this. It's a bit tail happy and it's a bit lively, and I can't wait to be in it. Let's go. That's a dream team, isn't it? That's the money shot right there. Anyway, so Rich, thanks very much for joining us today, mate.
Thanks for being here.
He's come a long way to bring us this bit of epicness. So we're going to a few bullet points about the car. I mean, again, in true Motor Addict style, it's not like a quick thing. This is none of it is like normal, is it?
No, it took us a while to build.
How long have you had the car?
2017.
So you've had it some time.
Yeah.
And when you got it, I think you was gonna dig a photo out earlier, but it was a rolling.
I bought it as a rolling shell in colour. My friend had it. He got the hump with it. Didn't want to finish it off, complete it. Got bored of it. Talked me into buying it. Yeah. And this is where we ended up.
I mean, it's a work of art, though, isn't it? It's so tight. It's won awards as well.
It's won awards at various shows, so we're quite pleased with that. RS Owners Club, it won an award. So yeah, we was quite taken aback by that, you know, being a non-RS at the RS Owners Club. So yeah, we're quite pleased with it. And it's different. It does all right, it's different. We use it, we drive it, we're not scared to drive it.
Which is what they're built for at the end of the day, isn't it?
Definitely.
The main point about this is I've learned so much about this car because I don't know loads about the L Sierras anyway. I know a bit about Cozzies, but you were saying this is it's a German import car and it's a Mark II, is that right?
So it's a Mark II Sierra. So basically it's a Mark I Sierra. It's got the roof gutters, whereas a Mark II had strips through for the sunroof, for the roof rack.
Yeah, yeah.
The lights are different. On the back, the lights are different because they run the Mark II Sapphire lights.
That's right, yeah.
And the same on the front. So basically it is a Cosworth shell, and then they've put Mark II
stuff on it, and they would never have sold one exactly like this.
Never got this in the UK because obviously we wanted 4 doors, so they put everything into 4 doors. That's when the SAF come out, and they then done away with the 2-door.
It's so different like that. And is that the original colour, or is that?
This colour is either Bugatti blue, or they call it Volkswagen cornflower blue. Right. So the new Audis that are out now are now being painted in that colour. So that's an old Volkswagen colour that they've reintroduced.
It looks like a polo colour.
Yeah, you might be right.
Audi S1, S2, so yeah, Volkswagens have reintroduced it. Yeah. There's a Volvo that's similar, that's out, and BMW seems to have adopted the colour of a variation.
I think I had one in earlier. So do you want to just give us a quick walk around it? We'll get to the engine bay in a sec. Just show us the inside of it, mate, if you could. I mean, what's going on here? So I didn't realise the exhaust comes out the side.
So side exit exhaust, only on one side.
Yeah.
Because they're going on track, we was just trying to cheat the noise, etc. So keeping it one side, and obviously driving it on the road, you didn't want to be scaring people on bikes.
True, yeah.
And causing a problem. You'd like to.
He's obviously a bit more responsible.
You know, you just don't want to cause. It's one off, so people will remember you, and then next time you've got an issue.
It is a track orientated car, but it's not like most of the track cars that get used at track a bit rough around the edges. But this is like track inspired, but it's neat as anything.
We try to refine it and keep it tidy, because I like to drive it wherever I go. I'd like to drive it as often as I can. Yeah. And obviously just a reflection on what we do, you know, our workshop as people in general. You like it clean and tidy.
It is, it's so neat, mate. And it's so nice to see it so race car orientated, but it's tidy as well. And it's got Corbeau fixed buckets in there. Interesting colour as well. I mean, you can't...
Got Corbeau seats in there. As I say, they went in quite nice. I had to alter them to suit, obviously, myself. They're fixed. Some people don't like the position of it, but once again, built it for ourselves.
Yeah, yeah.
Wheelwood pedals we put in.
And the master cylinders
master
as well.
Master cylinders are wheelwood, all separate. Obviously hot rod inspired dash. Got the full scaffolding inside.
And the cage was made by who?
Cage was done at Quest Motorsport, so he's over near Southend Airport.
And that's I've looked over this.
He done that, yeah, a few years ago.
Whoever you are, Keith at Quest Motorsport, you've done a nice job there because it's super, super neat. And that goes through to the front, which we'll have a look at in a minute. And it's a BMW 6-speed box.
Put a BMW 6-speed gearbox in, which was out of an M3. Right. Originally, it did run a 5-speed diesel box, but for cruising, motorway work, 6-speed just helps with the fuel economy.
Yeah, it's just a bit easier. Just go around the back because with the one of the work of art's parts of this is the.
Let me just grab the key. Sorry.
Is the fuel tank. The fuel tank's made by, it's Pro Alloy, isn't it?
Pro Alloy, yeah. They're at Haverhill in Essex. So Pro Alloy done the fuel tank for us.
Sunk into the floor as well. And they provide the pump and the...
They provided the pump. Obviously we put the lines in, but they provided the pump and the rollover valve, which was a upgrade on the standard one.
Right, right.
I've got to say, everything that's good in this world comes from Essex.
Well, apparently, yeah. What, that camera?
No, me.
And even like down to the fire suppression's in there, and it's all neat. And even like, that's your screen wash tank.
That's my screen wash tank, yeah.
Even that's an alloy tank, you know.
Where the screen wash tank's there, obviously if you brake a bit hard and it's full up, you get a free screen wash out.
Nice, yeah.
Like, sort of just push up and you're done. So yeah, obviously polycarbonate windows.
Yeah, and they're all, like you said earlier, interesting point, which I didn't, unless you were keen-eyed, a lot of polycarbonate windows, like in the Escort, which for those of you who have seen it, they're polycarbonate, they're for the Mark 1 Escort, but they're flat.
They're flat, yeah. These were shaped. So a fella called Mike Templar, you'll find him on eBay, he made them for me. They've got a grey tint in them, which obviously just goes with the car with the grey theme. And the side windows he shapes as well. So.
And the 3-door Sierra windows there's quite a big bit of glass, isn't it? So to have it curved does really add to like the aesthetic of it.
It just follows the line through, and as you say, just keeps the shape on the car. Some people don't realise they're plastic.
I love
and
that.
And everyone has to touch them.
Yeah, I did. That's the first thing I did when I walked up to it. And you got more fingerprints. Cheers, mate. Yeah. But the thing is, it's little touches like that unless you're looking for it, you think,
you don't know.
That's really neat. That it's like, because you wouldn't know otherwise.
No, as you say, if you haven't been told, then you wouldn't know. But as I say, when you look through the side, the reflection, it all follows through.
Like it should be. Yeah.
It's just to the eye. It's got to be pleasing to the eye.
And it is.
You know, just to make it look right. You know, when you build something, you want it to be right as best as you can get it.
But what someone's level of that's all right is different to someone else's level of like, that's neat. That's real. And because I can see the effort that's gone into that. You know, I mean, it just shows. It matters, you know?
It's nice to be appreciated and people see it for what it is. It's not perfect in any way, but we've made do with everything that's available to us.
Making the right choices.
Yeah, you know, using what you can without blowing $1 million on a build.
Let's have a look at the engine bay, because this is where the money shot is. And you'll be surprised, a quad cam V8 in a Ford Sierra is a family style car, but they're not a big car, but a quad cam V8 fits in this easily. Look at that, there's room down the sides, it's tidy, it's wire tucked, and it's like how all the cage comes through to the turrets and goes back through there.
Just to stiffen everything up.
So neat.
Just keeps it planted on the track.
Custom header tank as well.
Custom header tank, we had that made. And as I say, just to put a volume of water in, just to give it more cooling.
And it fit the way that it fits in the crossbar, just to triangulate.
Obviously, when I fitted it, originally I did glue it in, but with the heat, it sort of unglued itself. Yeah. So as much as I didn't want to, I did
but they look neat.
Drill and tap them, and actually screwed it in, so it is fixed in proper.
And this is the again, I've been learning about these engines. So this is the thick rod.
This is the thick rod 1UZ, which was the early engine from 89 to 90.
And that's the one people want,
that's the one the Drift Boys is all having, and they like to turbo them.
Yeah.
And the difference was the square fuel rails.
Right.
So if it has square fuel rails on, generally it's an early engine.
And they're a stout motor, aren't they? They're like the 1UZ's a pretty tough engine.
To be honest with you, touch wood, it's not let me down at all. I changed the injectors put some Bosch injectors in right over the standard because everything's 35 years old.
Yeah.
Wiring loom we changed because once again deteriorating. Yeah, just modifications.
And it's on a Link ECU.
It's on a Link ECU, which is an Atom.
Yeah.
Which is your basic entry level.
Yeah.
But it was cheaper to have a Link ECU put in than when I first put it together. The airflow meter, the Toyota airflow meter, was as much as an ECU.
So
it just made sense to put a mappable ECU in,
and
rather than spend heaps of money on an airflow meter that's going to give you loads of aggro.
And it sounds good. I've been in it on the road. We haven't toyed with it yet, but on the road, it's actually pretty docile as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it blends in. You know, some people look. It doesn't attract loads of attention unnecessarily.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to be going down the road and everyone's pointing and looking. You want to be a bit discreet, but also people look at it when need to.
And the people that know about that would appreciate it.
Yeah. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but you know,
it's just tidy, man.
It is what it is. So, same as on the front. So being a left-hand drive import, on a normal Sierra, the wipers go the other way.
They would, yeah.
So they sit the other way. So being in how it is, I managed to have the single wiper. Which just suits it.
Covers it, yeah. And it's track inspired, you know.
Yeah, so it just looks right, doesn't it?
It is super neat. That's a bit about it. I mean, you could go into like, that's the nuts and bolts of it, basically, isn't it? I mean, it's got a COSI plated diff in it.
Yeah, it's to try and keep it simple, but usable.
Yeah.
You know, so that you can drive it. If you want to kick its head in, you can. If you want to cruise it, you can cruise
you can still drive it around. I mean,
not a problem.
We've got it with no problem. You don't get any overheating problems or anything like that.
No, the car, as I say, being the Jap engine in a Ford, it seems to be the ultimate package.
Yeah,
it's reliable and looks. You've got the looks for it.
Three-door Sierra. I was going to say Escort then. Three-door Sierra. I mean, it is a bit of a dream for it, and only it's got a better engine, in my opinion, than a COSI. But we won't say any more on that. Anyway, should we go out and have a listen and a ride in it? I think we need to go and see what it actually goes like.
Not a problem. We'll accommodate you. Basically standard, put a set of injectors on it, and yeah, good to go.
Easy. You make it sound well easy.
I did suffer with everyone ends up.
So you made your own?
I've got, my dad's got a lathe, so he machined me up some, and we extended them, and it made a difference.
So let's sort it out.
Let's sort it right out.
As well.
That's alright. It's got a quick brake, so you can hold on to it.
Dial it in a little bit if it gets...
Dial it in a little bit, a little bit of opposite lock, which was, so it's the same turns as a power rack on a posi.
Right. But it's just a bit harder.
It's just a bit harder. When you're driving, it's fine, you get a feel for it.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to turn him, it's, you don't like it. That's it.
And you don't look like you're pushing that hard along, really.
Man, they've bedded in, and they're quite fine, so yeah, they stop alright.
That's music. For me, that's music. That's just, you don't get that with a 4-cylinder, no matter what engine it is.
And even for a Japanese V8, it's still got the right tune.
Right noise. It's almost a bit unusual having that noise coming from a Sierra. They've always got a
It always brings a surprise to people. If you're at a car meet and you've got there early, when you leave and you start him up, everyone's now interested.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
It's time to go home.
If you haven't had the bonnet up all day, no one come on with load. All right, there you go. That's what a V8 Sierra should and actually does go like. That for me, I was saying to Rick in the car, it sounds like when you're in it, because it's full race car inside, it feels like those Australian V8 touring cars, like the Bathurst like V8 touring cars, and it's the same sort of era, sort of 80s sort of car, and so it's not like, it hasn't got, as you'll probably hear on the drive-bys and the other parts of the footage, it hasn't got that thudding sort of LS or Chevy like sort of noise. It's got this whizzy like Japanese V8 noise. It's epic anyway, and for me that's a real complete package because it's not really firm, it's nice and compliant, we're doing motorway speeds, and even then it still feels dead arrow straight, you know. And we had some fun in it as well, as you probably saw in the video. So there you go. If you know anyone who's got something, there you go. Is that the old bill? Is it LAPD? Anyway, Miami Vice, yeah. If you sat down on your toilet or on your sofa or wherever you're watching this, if you know anyone who's got something a bit wild like that, that's got the wrong engine in it and it's a bit crazy, we want to hear from you. Get in touch with us through Instagram, Facebook or whatever. Get in touch and let us know if they would be open to featuring it. We want to see it because we want to show everyone. That is epic. We've got more epic stuff coming up. We've got more stuff on the Micra. The MR2's being done at the moment. The Nova's getting a new gearbox. Loads of stuff coming up. Beamer's been delivered, and you'll probably see or will have seen that, depending on when this comes out. Yeah, and more Datsun stuff, more burnouts in the Datsun. So there you go, ladies and gents. If you like what you saw today, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell where you can, that little bit on the side. I don't do it, but learn how to do that. And get in touch with us. That is it. That's a V8 Sierra. Come back to us for more of that sort of stuff later. That, ladies and gents, is your lot.
I'm really him, don't believe me, come and see me. Got 3 wishes from my genie, now I'm on your local TV. Y'all on tour, got demons, say she wanna come and see me. When I'm in a local city, I'm like, pause though, please step aside so they can see me. And I walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really